All right. Hey y'all, I'm just gonna go to my car right quick, just letting y'all know. Give me like 5 seconds. Who the fuck is this? Raw MLMC? Who you? Never seen you on here before. I hope you ain't another troll. Mike was good. It's gonna be an interesting week, yo. You was listening to Dead President. What did you learn from that album, Q? What did you learn from listening to Let's Get Free? I want to hear this. You know Tupac ain't on that album, right? What did you learn from that? What's your 5 favorite songs? Without looking at Wikipedia, you should be able to tell me that. This is gonna be an interesting week of shitty Nas albums. I can tell you that.
I'm back.
Interesting week.
What y'all talking about?
Shitty Nas albums.
Hmm.
You might have picked like the worst of the worst to talk about Nas on here.
Well, I pretty much did everything up to these albums, minus the King's Disease album.
You ever did Illmatic?
I did. That was like my second or third review.
Oh shit! So that was 10 years ago.
Yeah. Well, 9 years ago.
9
yeah.
years, right. And you did. It was written.
Yeah, I did. It was written.
Okay.
Of course, you and I both did.
Yes.
I Am Nostradamus' Lost Tapes,
Right.
and I did both Stillmatic and Godson.
Godson. Oh wow.
Yeah. See, I've been doing this shit for a long time, man. Don't play.
I see. Oh, you like the Godfather now with this.
Shit, don't play.
You're the Godfather of this.
That's why I tell motherfuckers. That's why when niggas ask me, have you reviewed this album? I'm like, yes, nigga, I have. And that's when niggas try to come to me with, oh, you don't know shit. I'm like, nigga, I knew this shit. You know what I'm saying? Wow.
You're a godfather of this. I look up to you.
You said what?
Yeah, I am not worthy.
Why didn't I was in the bathroom. What you said?
I said you're a godfather of this. I am not worthy. I am not.
Speaking of the 10th anniversary, I have an idea. I was going to actually reveal, but I might as well reveal it now.
Okay.
I'm going to randomly pick an album and just freestyle my favorite 10 songs from the album. From not from the artist and shit.
Yo, I just asked this dude here, Q said he listened to Let's Get Free, Dead Prez. And I asked him, what's your 5 favorite songs? You should, if I ask you an album, you should be able to tell me what you don't like or what you like about it and your 5 favorite songs for you. And if you can't do that without looking at Wikipedia, then I know you're full of shit. It should be that easy.
He said hip hop, mind sex, healthy, and I am African.
He was looking at Wikipedia. I asked him that like 20 minutes ago.
I'm not gonna hold you. That's an album I definitely got to revisit myself.
Yeah, but you know the album though. You have the album. You know it.
Yeah.
He don't. That's dope. That would be a nice hip hop quiz for people.
What?
Name your without looking at Wikipedia. Name your 5 favorite tracks off of an album that we say. That would be a nice giveaway, Reg. That would be a nice giveaway. You give away something, you give away a prize to somebody. You come on here and they tell us what they liked or what they didn't like about the album, and they 5 favorite or least favorite tracks.
We can talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna randomly pick an album.
I was saying, since it's the 10th anniversary, I'm gonna do this
Uh,
part. I'm gonna try to do this every month leading up to next year, August, October.
right.
I'm gonna randomly pick a CD or a vinyl. And if it's an artist, I'm gonna randomly just pick 10 favorite songs and shit. It might not be my favorite songs. It might not be. It was just randomly in my head. Like
10.
let's just say,
What if there's not a what if there's not? There's only like 3 good songs on the album.
no, I'm not talking about the album. I'm just talking about
Oh,
in general, like the
oh,
whole discography. Like, let's
okay.
just say I pick a Rolling Stones album. I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna talk about my 10 favorite songs like Brown Sugar,
Right.
Satisfaction, so on and so on. You know,
Okay. Nice.
and I will say what I like about the song and shit like that too. You know, and it's, like I said, it's gonna be. It's not gonna be pre-written. It's not gonna be predetermined. I'm literally gonna do it from the get go.
I like it. Something different. See how we always come with different shit on here?
Exactly.
Some different shit. I like it. You're on the
I'm
cutting
gonna
edge.
try. Huh?
You're on the cutting edge of podcasting.
Right. I'm gonna try to do it this week because this week is not as busy as last week, but still, I'm gonna try to do it.
And I think Mike could do that on his channel too. Like randomly pick a movie and give like his thoughts on it, or ask somebody to come on and be like, yo, like what did you like? What didn't you like about this movie?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen a lot of films. I love movies. I'm a movie. I feel like I'm a movie critic too. But
Q said that's a classic album. Surprised nobody. People do talk about that
we
album.
did talk
Q.
about it. You wasn't here. Where were you? Where were you? You was busy listening to Tupac that day.
Wait, did I do a review on that album?
Yeah, we did that.
Got you. Just making sure. You know, I've done like 8,000 of these shit, so
Right.
I've always. Have you ever heard the '04 mixtape? Some shit.
The mixtape.
The one that came after Let's Get Free.
Oh, what was it? Was it Revolutionary mixtape or something
Yeah,
like that? I
yeah.
did hear that. I did hear that. Yeah, that was pretty decent. I think that was the mixtape with the Jay-Z song.
I believe so.
I had like the Jay-Z feature on there. Yeah, I did hear that. That was a long time ago though.
Yeah, they had this one joint where they were rapping over the Onyx Last Days beat.
Yes.
What's the name of that track?
Okay, I gotta look back at that. I do remember hearing that on the mixtape though. I gotta hear I don't know the track list in my heart though.
Got you.
That's out of
I'll
print
probably
too.
yeah, all the albums are out of
Yeah.
print.
Yeah, I couldn't find that at all.
Speaking of honest, man, all we got is us, man. That
Yes.
shit is oh my
Have
god.
you ever did a review on that?
Of course.
Oh, you did. That's a great album. Their first 3 albums to me are like their best.
Yeah, first three albums,
Yeah,
yeah. Hell, Shut 'em Down gets smashed slept on.
it does. It does. When Back the Fuck Up 2 came out, I did not like that. I'm not
Trash.
listening to that shit. I'm like, yo, this is nothing like the first one.
Trash. I'm gonna start in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna hold you. This might out of all the Nas albums, this one was pretty hard to determine what I like and dislike about it.
It's very easy for me. The what I like and what I don't like about it.
I'll explain what I mean when I go through it. But Shout out to Mark Nash and shit.
Shout out to Mark.
Star Wars had a pinball game. Wow.
Did
Okay.
you hear Maxwell's new song?
Nah.
He have a new song come out, and it's called Pop. And I don't know if it's unfinished or what. He released it on his YouTube channel, and it's like some fucking like boy band pop bullshit. I'm like, this cannot be Maxwell. I hope he got hacked or something.
Where's Maxwell Pop?
Yeah, and it's like an instrumental, but it sounds like crap.
Mm.
Yeah,
Let me see
I'm
if I
like
was on
this.
YouTube.
That has to be a sample or something. I'm like, that shit is not sounding good
Where did you hear it from?
on YouTube. YouTube have it on this channel. It's under the new releases.
Let me double check. Hold on.
Like, what is Maxwell doing? Like boy band bullshit now?
I'm on this channel right now. I'm trying to look for that shit.
You didn't find it?
Nah.
Unless it's somebody else named Maxwell. I don't think it is, right?
Not to my knowledge.
That shit sounds like garbage, B.
Well, I'll take your word for it then.
I'm gonna send you it because I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, is this a sample of something coming or what? Like, he doing boy band bullshit?
Ronnie said Urban Hang Sweet or Baduism. Baduism for me.
I love both of those albums. I can't pick. Both of them are great.
Brown Sugar, Urban Hang Sweet, and Baduism definitely set a standard for neo soul for years to come.
That's definitely the three best neo soul albums.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
For the rest of my life, yeah. Okay, where's my album at? 'Cause I gotta stop this shit as soon as possible. I'm ready to start whenever you are.
I sent it to you on Instagram. Yeah,
Alright.
it's really his channel. So I don't know if it's a sample of something that's coming, or if he's just trying something different. But it sounds like crap.
Hold on. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna start whenever you are.
All right, let's go.
What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely day? This your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try with me.
Yo,
All right. The album we're gonna talk about today, we're gonna talk about Nas with Streets Disciple. This is his seventh studio album on Columbia Records. Singles I was known for are Thief's Theme, Bridging the Gap, and Just a Moment. It was produced by Nas, Chucky Thompson, Salam Remy, Les, Buckwild, Bernardo Nada Williams, Nut T Black, Q-Tip, and Herb Middleton. Guest appearances include Khalees, Scarlett, more on that later, Quan, Emily, Busta Rhymes, Oludara, which is Nas's father, by the way, Dougie Fresh, Ludacris, Maxwell, Keon Bryce, and that's it. So if after you guys should know this week is pretty much Nas week, where I told myself I was gonna pretty much finish all of Nas's album up to this point because he's still dropping music to this day. And since I got a majority of Nas albums, I'm just like, you know what? Let's just knock this shit out and stuff like that.
Right.
Now, to a lot of people and to a lot of people in Nas's fan base, his output between the years 2004 to maybe 2012 has been seen by many to be like their least favorite years when it comes to Nas and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Many people want to blame that on the horrible producing, cough cough lad. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of people didn't really care too much when he was doing shit with Salam Remy. More on that later. Cause Nas used him a lot when it came to like those albums, Up to Life is Good and shit like that too. But like I said, we've talked about Nas a lot on this channel. So if you guys would know, when it comes to the albums from Hip Hop is Dead all the way to Nasir, two of them, Hip Hop is Dead, Nasir, I personally didn't like. Like I said, I've told my opinions on these in the past, so I'll go more in depth when we talk about the albums. I felt like Life is Good is probably the strongest album out of the group, and that's one I really can't wait to talk about. Untitled, I feel like it's very underrated. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to this album and shit too, Streets Disciple, I honestly had to. My opinion, even with my opinion now, I don't know if I'm really too sure, but I'm gonna be real with you because when it comes to double disc albums, you have the creme de la creme, like you have the All Eyes on Me, you have the Life After Death, you have the Wu Tang's Forever, the Diplomatic Immunity, the Art of Wars. You have all that classic shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you also have somewhere down the line, you have shit like the Corruption album and stuff like that. Eight Ball's first album and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Streets to Hell, I forgot Drake Scorpion too.
Right.
But when it comes to this album right here, a lot of fans don't really crave about because when hip hop had to have a double disc albums, it's like a certain craving and stuff like that. People would automatically say this is their best album or this is among their strongest works. You don't get that with Street Disciple
Right.
and shit like that too, which I definitely found it odd over the years. Even his fan base have a very mixed reception when it comes to Street Disciple. There's a couple of fans that actually love the fucking album. There's a couple of fans that they say this album should have probably been one disc. And then you have the other people who kind of, again, they're just indifferent. They're just glad to see Nas doing his thing and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna dive right deep into this one because this might be a very interesting review.
You think?
Um, you said what?
So you think?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Because like I said before, I out of all the Nas albums, this was the one I never really listened to a lot over the years and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we'll talk more about that. We'll talk more. So after the release of Godson, Nas was pretty much. This is around the time when the Jay Z and Nas beef was kind of winding down and stuff like that too, because pretty much the affiliates like fucking Beanie Siegel and shit like that, and a lot of affiliates, they was just rapping and taking over the throne of the beefs and stuff like that too. And at the time too, Nas's mom had died, of course. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Yeah, and then he just really that just really messed him up and stuff too. But then it was also rumored at this time that he was supposed to have been signing to Murder Inc. and stuff like that too.
Right.
Which, because at that time too, Nas was doing like a lot of songs where then he was wearing the chains and the videos and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's pretty interesting and shit like that too. But I'm glad he didn't really sign because that Murder Inc. documentary that came out on BET. First of all, pretty entertaining documentary if you ask me and stuff like that too. Yes, I did watch all 5 parts and stuff too, and I know I'm not gonna really do a review on it at the moment, but yeah, pretty entertaining. But he even mentioned it because Nas said that he was just known to do his own thing and stuff like that too. And he even admitted that he didn't really feel like Murder Inc. would be a better fit to him. And you also got to understand too, like Irv Gotti, he kind of messed up his relationship with Jay-Z when he was trying to partner up with Nas and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, Irv put J, X, and Ja Rule on when it came to Def Jam Records, and Irv kind of said that he wasn't really thinking at that time too how it must have had Jay felt. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
very interesting episode and stuff like that too. Don't mind me. I'm trying to fix this CD. My CD kind of fell and stuff like that too. So if you hear a lot of noise, so also too around this time, this was also the time when he started messing with Khalees and stuff like that too. Where y'all know the whole story with that. You know what I'm saying? They married the next year. They did a few songs, which spoiler alert, I'm not a big fan of either song that they've done on this album. So just saying and
It's,
shit. But
and it's not the Neptune's factor because they ain't on the album.
right. All right, cause I think they stopped messing with each other around this time too, because this was after the second album, right?
They
Thank you.
he did a song with Khalees called Popular Thug that was on the Clones album, and then I want to say he was on the Tasty album also.
Excuse me. Got you. Okay, appreciate it. All right, and finally, before I get any further, this was actually supposed to have been his last album on Columbia Records after 10 years and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And originally it was supposed to have been released on September 14th, 2004, but it got pushed back. I'm guessing because he wanted to make it a double album and stuff like that too. I'm
That was a
guessing.
mistake.
I'm guessing. I don't quote me on that. It just but then it got pushed back to November, and here it is. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ.
So when it comes to this album too, yeah, Ronnie, I already talked about the Brave Hearts when I did Stillmatic.
They don't even mention them. Like one of the
Yeah.
worst rap groups ever.
Thank you.
Crap.
Ooh, that Ushiwali song, I never
I
liked
like the
it.
song, but that album they did
I
that was garbage. That is
that
one of the worst group albums ever.
I don't think I told you, but
Mm,
the reason why I got the reissue of Stillmatic because they had that one song called Braveheart Party with Mary J. Blige.
right.
Trash.
I didn't like that.
And even Mary J. Blige, it's been said that Mary J. Blige wanted the song removed, so that's
Yeah.
why they had to
She,
reissue.
she didn't even like it.
Damn, that because you gotta remember they even briefly dated too. That's crazy.
Mary J and Nas?
Yeah,
Yeah, I did not know that. When
from
was
what I
that?
looked, I'm guessing like the late '90s. I'm guessing because I looked it up and shit like that too. But
Wow. That's why they went on tour together. They're so cool with each other.
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
But yeah, man. This is the album cover right here. He tried to make it seem like he's like in the Last Supper and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real with you guys. I never cared for this album cover. I never cared for this
It's all
album
right.
cover.
Big Pun did that same photo for Yeah Baby.
Every
When
rapper did the Last
in the
Supper at one
booklet.
point,
When you look in the booklet, it has like that same Last Supper shit when he's like around the table with Taylor Squad. They did the same thing.
right? Everyone did this fucking
Yeah.
shit. Like, yeah, man. So, yeah, this is also some more. I didn't even know what this one is. Oh, it's a fucking poster. Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, the poster. That's the with the OG copy.
Yep.
It comes with the poster.
hmm That's why I tell you, I don't be sleeping on OG copies and shit.
Right.
All right. Q said I never heard the Bravehearts album. You don't want to hear it.
We don't hear a lot of stuff. That's nothing new.
Yeah, you don't want to hear it, boss.
Skip that.
All right. Ronnie says Snoop did the same thing too. Shit.
Yeah,
Murder
I
was the
believe so.
case.
Yeah, really. Yeah, they asked me that shit.
All right, we're gonna start with the first disc. Altogether, this album has 25 songs. Let's get this shit over with. Track number one is the intro. Um, Pretty much the intro is like Nas kind of meeting with his disciples and stuff like that too. He's pretty much just proclaiming his word. If it's the theme, I'm not gonna hold you this for the theme and stuff like that. But I want to pick this intro.
It was okay. It do fit the theme, and he's like talking about, be strong. This is the prophecy. They watching us, and I felt like the second track we're about to talk about should have been the intro instead.
Right. Hold on. Track number two we got is a message to the feds. Sincerely, we the people. Pretty cool song right here and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just another political track. Well, you get like a lot of political tracks with this fucking album and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah, pretty dope track right here. You know what I'm saying? One of the few great tracks off this album
Yep.
and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Just yeah, man, he definitely did his thing on this one.
This is actually good. I actually like the beat. The beat was fire, and decent track. That really should have been the intro. We didn't need like a actual intro. This should have been the intro to the whole album. But it was decent.
Right. All right. Track number three, Nazareth Savage. Um, this one was okay. I wasn't really too big on this one, honestly, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's, like I said, it's pretty much like a braggadocio kind of song and stuff like that coming at me, but I didn't care for the beat. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care for that fucking beat, in my opinion. I feel like it could have been a little bit better.
I actually liked the beat. I thought the beat was cool. You had Nas saying, "I'm gonna guide you like a OG, but don't talk, don't get it confused, cause none of y'all can fit in my shoes. Y'all made of chemicals, artificial access. God will forgive you, bastards. Only if y'all repent to the Nazareth Savage." So I actually like that. That was a decent track on here.
Dope, dope. Hey, yo, can you hear me right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, track number four, American Way, featuring Khalees. This was produced by Q-Tip. Um,
This?
yep, Tip did this.
Yeah.
Very different beat from Tip. First of all, he uses the Atomic Dog sample, which everybody in the West Coast have used that sample and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? It's just pretty much a political song and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, it's like this. It's like this. I like the beat. I like Nas's lyrics. I just felt like it didn't really mesh well. I felt, and that's another thing about this album. I feel like certain songs on this album look good on paper, but
Mhm.
when it came out, it didn't really mesh well and stuff like that too.
Right.
Like I said, like maybe if Tip gave this to Khalees, maybe she could have done something better with this. But like I said,
Right.
not a bad song, but probably needed a different beat. I'm just gonna be real.
I think it needed a different artist. I don't think it fit Nas.
You didn't think it fit Nas? Okay,
Yeah. I like the beat. I like the beat. It don't sound like a Q-Tip beat at all, though. You
right.
know what I'm saying? But I think it should have went to somebody else, not Nas. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
I get like even when he made do with what he had, and making it a political type of song, and you have he talks about respecting the black woman and that they deserve the black man's purse, and Khalees when she's singing and she's talking about not caring about the country, and she as long as her bills are paid, and not caring about the candidacy and the election, and there's war out here, nobody cares about the war as long as she gets her dough. So they were making a political stance at this point. Obama was running for presidency at this point. you know um was that before Obama? When was this? Like this was '04. When was this album came out?
Oh, four. This is when
Right.
Obama
So,
was like
yeah.
senator.
Right. And I get their political stance on it, but I felt like the beat should have went to somebody else. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't even know who I'm trying to picture somebody that I could hear on the beat. I can't even hear nobody on this beat right now. Maybe Public Enemy would have been fire on
Mm,
this.
maybe Paris.
Maybe Paris, right? Maybe Paris. Um,
Ooh,
Ice
ooh, ooh. Immortal Technique.
Immortal Technique. Yeah,
Immortal Tech motherfucking Neek.
yeah,
Yes. Why haven't we talked about him on the show yet? What the fuck? Okay.
yeah. We got to. We got to.
Damn. I'm slipping. Okay. But
Um,
yeah,
yeah.
I got one more question to ask you.
Uh huh.
Do you think this was an outtake from the Kamal the Abstract album? Because it definitely has some vibes to it.
You think?
I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
Well, I mean, that was more of a jazzy alternative album. I don't hear alternative in the track though. It's just different for Tip, and is different. Like when you hear Nas over it, it's just different for him.
True.
You
I'm
know.
asking because what if Electro Records tried to ask him to do like a mainstream kind of beat, but
Mm,
at the same time it still was not like fitting their agenda for what the album was supposed to be. I mean, I'm just speculating. I'm not trying to
right.
start no shit, but it just I don't know, man. Maybe this felt like an outtake, and he just gave him the. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just
I don't know.
speculating right now. You know.
It, it
Oh, go. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't. It don't sound like a Tip beat. That's why I was surprised because I never bought the album. So I know Tip produced on it, but I didn't know he did this joint. But it don't sound like a Q-Tip beat at all. So I'm like, this wasn't for Nas. Like maybe Nas heard the beat and he's like, yo, I'll take that one. But this could have went to like you said, like Paris or Mortal Technique. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Somebody of that caliber. I don't think it fit Nas and having Khalees on there. Like she seemed out of place too, even singing on it.
Honestly, Khalees was just out of place in this whole album. Honestly.
Man.
All right. Next track. These are our heroes. Now this is another interesting track right here.
Mm,
So this was first of all produced by Buck Wild, which this definitely fits Buck Wild style. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like the drums, the bass line, and stuff like that too. One of his more sleeper beats, in my opinion. Nas was pretty much talking about the coons and stuff like that. This was mostly aimed at Kobe Bryant and OJ Simpson. Excuse me. Because y'all should know with Kobe at the time, he was going through that whole sexual abuse scandal
The
and
rape
stuff like that. You said what?
the rape case in
Yeah,
Denver. Yeah.
rape case in Denver and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, y'all know about OJ and stuff like that too. The whole Nicole Simpson shit. You know what I'm saying? And he also like in the hook. I like how he said, "Let's hear one of the coons on UPN 9 and WB," which the UPN and WB was like, of course. First of all, I miss UPN. Just I said
Yeah.
that shit right there. It was like the channels where you had like a lot of the black shows, like Moesha's, the
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx shows, Wayans Brothers.
Right.
At that time, people used to call those shows like coonery, but now it's like everybody loves those shows now, and it's like it's crazy. It comes in the full cycle, but that's another story for a different day. But yeah, these are our heroes. Pretty cool track and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, Pretty interesting track. It's kind of interesting hearing Nas going into like this kind of subject matter and stuff like that too. But hey,
I love it. Now this needed a video. I remember hearing this. They were playing this like a single on the radio at that time, and I'm like, yo, this needs to be a single. And just what he's talking about the black man, being a coon and selling out, for to be famous and calling out Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, Kobe, the Black Mamba, and calling out OJ Simpson and Tate Diggs and all of those black men that think they're not black, like Tiger Woods, he's included.
Kanye,
Kanye West, he's included.
uh, uh,
Especially the shit that he's doing now, that what the shit that he's saying now, like he's definitely selling his soul right now. He's just looking like a damn fool. And this needed to be said because a lot of artists are not going to touch on these type of topics like Nas would. And I love the chorus. Let's say one for the coons upon UPN 9 and WB, who yes master on TV. Whatever happened to Weezy? The Red Foxes never got Emmys, but were real to me. Let's say it too for the spooks who do cartwheels because they said they play their parts well. Now they claim caviar, hate that oxtail. Land of signify badge on lapel. Why do you always tell him, oh, he speaks so well? Are you the one we look to, the decent Negro? the acceptable Negro, hell nah. But they say these are our heroes. That whole chorus, I love that chorus because that basically like when you hear that chorus, it's just basically talking about everything on the song within that chorus, and the beat was dope, and it was controversial, but it needed to be said because we've seen a lot of our black heroes in Hollywood do coonery just to be famous. You know what I'm saying? And they don't. I feel like they can't. And he's giving props to like Tavis Smiley from BET and
Yes.
Michael Eric Dyson and Stokely Carmichael, who never get those men never
Michael
get men
Michael Eric Dyson.
right.
That's my nigga right there,
And they
boy.
never they
Woo!
never get they get overlooked for buffoons like Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
And Al
So
Sharpton.
and I don't want to go that far with Al Sharpton.
Hey,
He's
hey,
definitely
hey,
a
hey,
Kanye,
hey. Hey, we gotta talk our shit. You gotta talk
right?
our shit on this
But Al
channel. I'm
Sharpton,
just
Al
saying.
Sharpton has done a lot for the community as well, though.
He's done a lot to hurt the community too. Let's be real about that. Let's be real. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Hey, people ain't perfect, but you know
I
when
mean,
he
I
when he was
respect.
when he was righteous, he did a lot for
He did.
especially my community. You know what I'm saying? Like when we went through that whole Crown Heights riots with the Jews and all that, he was right there. You know what I'm saying?
And
When Jesse Jackson was running for candidacy, he was right there with him.
but what about that? What was he there when he that girl Tawana Rollins or whatever
Tawana
died?
Brawley, yes.
But then
Hmm.
didn't she lie and fabricate that shit? And he knew about
Supposedly
that
that
shit.
she lied, right?
And
And
he knew
yes, he
about
was
that
right there.
shit too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he was there. He
I'm
was
just
there.
saying. I'm just saying.
But we needed leaders like him and Jesse Jackson for our people because we don't have those leaders anymore. We got what, Kanye? He ain't no fucking leader.
No, he's not a leader. He's a free thinker. That's what he is.
No. I
Okay.
wouldn't vote for Kanye for no presidency. And if anybody do that, then this whole world is going to hell. I would not vote for Kanye for anything. And I
I'm just
love
gonna.
Kanye West as an artist, but he's crazy when he comes out and says shit like the George Floyd incident didn't really happen. Like what?
I'm
So
just
so
gonna be
you're
real.
defending you're defending racist white ass cops clearly having his knee on the neck of a helpless black man, and you saying that didn't really happen? I don't get it. So how was anybody supposed to vote for him now?
I'm just gonna say this one thing. I'm all for freedom of speech, but if you come to me with that free free speech bullshit, it just represents your toxicity. That's
He's
all I
not
gotta
that
say.
has nothing to do with being a free thinker. He's just saying stupid shit. And you can clearly tell like over the years he's been cooning since he hooked up with the Kardashians.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if Donda was alive, you think he would be saying the shit that he's saying now? I don't think he would.
Hell the fuck no.
You supporting Trump with the magma hat and all that. Like, nah, people don't forget shit like that.
I
You
don't
know what I'm
know,
saying?
man. I don't know. Sometimes I just have a feeling like something bad is just gonna pop off and shit with all this shit happening. I just have that feeling though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's off his meds.
Like this nigga's giving ignorant niggas like he makes ignorant niggas feel like they woke. And
How did he go from?
notice I use the word ignorant, not
Uh,
ignorant. Let's let that be clear right there. You know
how
what I'm
did how
saying?
did he go from? This is the same guy that was on the telethon saying George Bush don't like black people, right? Remember
Mm-hmm.
remember that with Mike
Yeah,
he had Mike Myers next to him.
fucking
Mike Myers
Shrek.
was all shocked, and then how did he go from that to saying slavery was a choice? How does that happen?
And
You know what I'm saying?
it's crazy how these hoteps try to say, oh no, what he meant by slavery was a state of the mind. Shut the fuck up. That's why some of these hoteps get on my fucking nerves and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, we're giving Kanye West too much attention. That's exactly what he wants. When you having these bloggers and these podcasts talk about him like that, we're giving him too much attention. People gotta tune them out.
They gotta read that 48 laws of power. That's what they gotta
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Shit. Yeah, stop wearing that fucking slave clothing Yeezy shit. Don't like I saw that shit. That shit look like fucking Harry. How you gonna say slavery is a choice? Was it a choice to make slavery clothing off that Yeezus shit? Get the fuck out of
Exactly.
here.
And
Fuck out of here.
he's selling it at the Gap in like trash bags, like
That,
for people to go through like they're homeless. Like what?
that's stupid.
Like
Anyway, I don't even want to give this motherfucker too much attention and shit. Anyway, track number 6, Disciple with LES. Very dope beat. You know what I'm saying? Love this fucking track right here. Nas was just going in. I like the line where he says, where he's like, Nas is like lust undenying, money's my bitch in Thug's mansion, Thug's dancing around fly shit, Pharaoh garments Prada, Egyptian camelback riders, pyramid architects. It's like he's just going in and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I love how with this first verse, it's pretty much just talking about like the Egyptian traditions and stuff like that too. But then he's pretty much just saying like, don't mistake me for no fucking 50 Jay Z or D because they're known for talking about that materialistic shit. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel like that was another kind of shot at Jay in 52 because at that time. Yeah, at that time, yeah, Nas and the 50 beef was happening and shit at that time too. So yeah, man, that's pretty crazy and stuff too. So yeah, man, this track right here was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? One of the more underrated tracks off this album.
I didn't like it.
Oh,
I don't
get the
like.
fuck
I
out.
don't like the beat. No. Now the other version on this too, I like. I don't like this one though. This one is not good for me.
Oh wow. All right, let's get these two songs over with. Do you mind if I just talk about these two songs together?
Yeah.
Check. Okay, Saku's Story and Live Now. All right, let's just break this out. Scarlet is Nas. That's his
Right.
like his that's his women alter ego. I'm gonna really talk about these two tracks together and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, I don't like these two tracks, and I the whole felt like the whole alter ego as a first of all, you're not Prince. You're not. This is not Camille. Only Prince can make that fucking shit work with like
Right.
strange relationship. If I
Right.
was a girlfriend and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Uh, so yeah, man, I didn't care for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't care. I didn't care for Scarlet and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, trash.
Why does he need a why not just get a female MC on the song with you? Why does he need to have a female alter ego? Like for you Nas Escobar, why do you need a female alter ego? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can tell it's like that's Nas with the what was he using, like a vocoder or something?
A vocal synthesizer.
Right. You could tell that's Nas's voice. That's the way that he rhymed. You could tell that's Nas's voice in like a different, tone or whatever. But the story, I like the story. There's like two different beat switches, which was annoying. The first
Yes.
beat for Seiku's story was good. He didn't need a second beat for that. And we talking about Live Now also, right?
Yeah. We talk about
Live
just
Now,
both.
Live Now was cool. Again, the first beat for Live Now was good. You didn't need a second beat for that.
That
Like,
second beat was horrible.
yeah, you don't need a beat switch for both of these songs. Like pick one or don't do a beat switch at all. But I didn't like them. Like the story wise was cool, but the beat switches for both of them were whack. You don't
Yeah.
need a female alter ego on these tracks. It wasn't necessary. And this is the fuck ups
Oh
on this album
shit.
that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like he made many mistakes with this album, and these two right here back to back are like huge mistakes.
Speaking of Camille, I totally forgot they were supposed to re-release that album. We'll finally release it 2022. I don't know what the fuck happened to that shit.
Which one?
Cause Sound at the Time was originally supposed to be like a 3 disc album on Crystal
Right.
Ball, Dream Factory, and Camille.
Mhm.
Now they're trying to release Camille as the album by itself and stuff like that too.
Right.
So I was just like, yo, they said they were trying to release that shit. It's like it's about to be November and shit. First of all, we still haven't gotten a new daylight. We still haven't gotten daylight on streaming and shit. I just gave up on that shit, honestly. I'm just like, look, I got albums from Daylight, so I can bump on YouTube. I don't give a fuck.
I think it's gonna come eventually though.
Eventually,
Cause remember they got help from Jay Z for that. It's gonna happen.
I
Like,
know, I know, and shout out to Jay Z for that shit. But mind you, that was like about 6 or 7 years ago and shit. And yeah, man. I'm just saying, if Paul Boutique is on Spotify, then I have a strong chance that 3 Feet High and Rising will be on Spotify too.
it's
But
it's
it's
gonna happen.
but until then, I'm gonna still bump the CD because physical always wins and shit. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Now we got Rest of My Life. This track right here. Let me see what I said about this track. This track was alright and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Actually, no, scratch that. I mean, I got that mistaken. Yeah, this is definitely a very dope track. This is definitely a very dope track right here. You know what I'm saying? Again, it was produced by Les, Chucky Thompson, and Salam Remy. Definitely felt like that Queensbridge kind of flow and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I like it.
Was that Amy Marie singing on there?
Yes.
That was Amy Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Don't like the beat. There's like four straight back to back songs on here I do not like. Like this album was not great. It had some joints, but it's not a great album.
Mm, I feel you on that. Um, Pretty much. Next track is just a moment featuring Quan. All right, this is another song that's pretty. I think this is probably the best known song off the album. If you ask me, is it a favorite of mine? Believe it or not, not really. Believe it or not, but Quan at the time was his protege and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? He signed. I want to say he signed to his Ill Will Records and stuff like that too. But I want to say that him and Nas kind of had like a little fallout, if I'm not mistaken.
Of course he did.
No, no, I'm not even trying to be funny and stuff like that too. But yeah, but he said that they're cool now and stuff too. But yeah, so pretty much what this track is pretty much just talking about, dealing with like the motherfuckers, dying from the violence and shit like that too in the ghetto and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is a pretty dope track. I like it.
The fact that Nas put out a Bravehearts album and not Quan, that's that
That's
should say all.
astonishing. It's astonishing.
To me, Quan was the star of this track.
He
He
was.
was the star of this track, definitely. It should have been Quan featuring Nas. You know what I'm saying? Nas had a nice verse, but I think Quan, his verse and him singing the chorus and all that, he made this song his own. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of my favorites on the album though, but I think Quan was definitely the star of this track. But the fact that he could release Bravehearts album, that terrible Bravehearts album, and not a Quan album, I don't get that.
Me neither. All right, track number 11, Reason featuring Emily. Yeah, I didn't like this track.
I actually like this song.
Hmm.
I actually like this song. I don't know who Emily is. Never heard of her. But I actually like the song and what he was talking about on his verse when he starts off the verse and he's talking about how people tried to rob him when he was in the projects and he had to defend himself and when he was in school the teacher kicked him out because he had braids and his mother went up to the school and cursed the teachers out and she was telling them like her son's not a hoodlum. When he said, I'm just a young boy, snot nose, hair nappy, cops ride by, squeezing their trigger fingers at me. So I would go to school and try to get good grades. Teacher wrote mommy and kicked me out of school for having braids. So she cursed them, said my son ain't no motherfucking hoodlum. They justice, thinking that we don't because we come from gotta like what he said got a little older and now I see young niggas wanted by the powers that be. So I loved this whole verse right there. I thought the song was good, but again, it wasn't like a big record on here. You know what I'm saying? It was just like another album cut. But
Right.
maybe it could have been a single.
Yeah, you're right about that. All right, and the last track off the first disc, My Style. Um, this one was alright. You know what I'm saying? Pretty decent. Not only one of my favorites again.
Now this was supposed to be a single because I remember there was a Double XL magazine around the time that the album came out, and they had that in like the single section. There's no video for this though, and they were playing this early before the album came out. This was supposed to be a single, and I like the '80s. It has like an '80s old school sound to it. A lot of people don't like the song. Like people that I spoke to about this album, they didn't care for that. If that was gonna be like the teaser single, they didn't care for it. But I thought it was a good song. Would it have been a big record? I don't know, but I thought it was decent.
Respect. All right, and that's the end of the first disc. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get some more tea right quick.
Okay. Kaya, what's good? Sean, what up? Yeah, definitely not the best double album. I don't think him and Jay got good at double albums anyway, though. Man, there's some songs I like. There's some songs I don't like. I don't know how I'm gonna rate this. You know, it's all a mystery right now. Yeah, these are heroes. That was a great song. That should have been a single. There's also some songs on here that should have been singles, but for whatever reason, um, Columbia didn't push the album like they should have. Thief's Theme is one of my favorites. That was a good song. Definitely one of my favorites on here. I don't think I heard the Blue album yet. John Dixon, what up? He said the album didn't have no replay value.
Oh, not bad.
I mean, well, I never bought the album, so I can't replay it even if I wanted to.
What y'all talking about?
Favorite tracks on the album, if you have any.
Well, my favorite track is actually on the second disc, and I kind of said a few favorite tracks so far. Wait,
I want to hear this. What your favorite track is on this too?
Yes.
I want to hear this.
It's a surprise.
Oh God, it's probably one I don't like.
Why do you always doubt me, yo?
It's what you just there's songs on here that I don't like.
Yeah, you know how I'm gonna be real. I might be controversial, but I kind of feel like this two is probably better sequence than this one.
You think this two is better? No, this
Yes.
two got some equally bad songs on here too.
It does, but in terms of quality, I would take two over one. I'm just saying in terms of quality.
This is gonna be very interesting now because I know we're not gonna have the same rating.
That's what I told you. These Nas reviews were gonna get interesting. Shit, motherfuckers don't want to listen to me and shit. Shit. Track number 1, Suicide Bounce featuring Busta Rhymes. So Nas produced this beat and stuff like that too. First of all, the name is corny as fuck. What Suicide Bounce? Like, first of all, are y'all y'all trying to make a dance out of suicide or some shit? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, that's some shit I would expect from Eminem or some shit. Like, fucking Insane Clown Posse, Suicide Bounce. But anyway, yeah. Honestly, I'd rather listen to the Fried Chicken over this one. Their best collab ever. I'm gonna be real. This one right here is not good.
No, the title whack. The beat is whack. Busta Rhymes, like I said before, I think this is the worst Busta Rhymes feature ever.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Not one. It's not too many times you're gonna hear something.
Wow.
Like that's a whack feature. Busta Rhymes sounded horrible on this. On the chorus, he sounded horrible on that.
Fight, bitch, dead sucker. Do a 30 pound for the 8 whips cash, nigga. Wash your big ass mama. Whoa!
No. He did not deserve to be on here. You know what I'm saying? No. I don't know what Nas was doing, but this song is horrible. This is one. This might be the worst song on the album. No.
Parental discretion advised. Open your eye, little kids. Get out of here.
It's
See,
one thing when he was shouting on Victory. Victory was a classic record. This,
don't even get me, bro. I have an
yeah.
unpopular opinion. I'm gonna get some controversy. He was not needed on Victory. I'm
I
gonna be
thought he
real
was
with
good
you.
on Victory though, but it was a well placed feature for Buster on this, and he's doing all that screaming. It's not the same.
To
You know what
this
I'm
day,
saying? It's like,
yeah.
no, Buster, what are you doing? Like, why are you on this song?
To this,
And this is during the time when he went like for a whole decade without giving us ELE2. I'm like, for you, drop the damn album already. You on shit like this?
no,
What
this
are you
was
doing?
before. This was before Aftermath. ELE2 was way beyond.
Right. That's right. But
Yeah.
even with that, it was like he was in that he was in a bad spot because before he went to Aftermath, remember he dropped It Ain't Safe No More. That was garbage. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man,
To me, that's his
I,
worst album.
I remember those reviews, man.
You
Shit,
know
you
what I'm
know what I tell you?
saying? Genesis wasn't that good either. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you coming off of two bad albums, and then you're jumping on this song with Nas. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I don't like this song. Is the worst song on this album out of everything else on here. And there's some bad songs on this album, but this is the worst out of all of them to me.
Even worse than fucking the Scarlet songs. Damn.
I like the story for those, but my issue with those two songs is the beat switch wasn't needed for those.
Right.
He tried to get too like experimental. You didn't need a beat switch for those. But this is better than those because the beat was horrible too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It sounded like a soundtrack to like fucking Highlander or something. You know
Oh
what I'm
God.
saying? I'm like, what is this bullshit I'm hearing, bro? Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? No, that was a bad way to start off this too.
Suicide Bounce.
No.
All right. Next song, Street's Disciple, featuring Oludar, which is his fucking father. This one I liked. I'm not gonna lie. I did like this one.
Yeah.
Well, you like this one too?
I like this one more than the Disciple version
Ah,
because
facts,
he
facts.
basically saying the same thing on both of them. Just like the beat is different.
Yep, that's
You
true.
know what I'm saying? This one was more. It was more jazzier. You had like the violins. You had his father on the chorus, and I like this one a lot better than the other one. Wasn't needed. I like this one better.
Definitely. All right, let's get this next track over with. The unauthorized biography of Rakim. Oh boy, this track was very controversial when it came out, and it's probably still controversial to this day. So this song, was pretty much Nas's tribute to, in my opinion, the greatest MC of all time, Rakim. I don't give a fuck what no one says. You know what I'm saying? He again produced this beat, which to me was the biggest flaw of this fucking song, because this beat is pretty much just like a dry ass drum beat and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he was what I think he was trying to do. I think he was trying to like make like one of those minimalistic kind of beats that Rakim was doing on Paid in Full, Follow the Leader, and
Right.
so on. But like again, it worked well on paper, but execution is just something's not up with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, with this track right here, he's pretty much just talking about Nas, saying his born date, you know what I'm saying, how he met Eric B, talking about the style and everything like that. But Rakim, he pretty much didn't really fuck with the track because he was just like, there was some personal info that Nas put out to the public that he didn't really feel comfortable revealing to the public like that too, you know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, I think he had an situation about the song and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I don't think he was like pissed at him and stuff like that. It was just like he was just putting Nas on notice, I guess too. So yeah. But as for the song itself, I like the idea of giving tribute to Rakim, but again, I didn't care. That beat was just too
Yeah.
lackluster.
This song was long. it felt like an autobiography on tape, and the beat was whack.
Right.
And looking back at how Rakim was mad at him because he gave out personal information, let Rakim tell his own story. It's Rakim. He can do that. You know what I'm saying? Why? Who are you to? Oh, I'm going to do an autobiography on Rakim. It's not your story to tell. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Right?
And
Like
I
Reg, you an artist, right? If somebody that you know, let's say Ray Sean, who's an artist in his own right, but not with music. Let's say Ray Sean decides to do music, and he says, "Oh, well, I got so much beautiful words. I'm going to make a song about your life. This is your life, Reg Thompson. How would you feel about that?" And he's getting shit wrong in the song, and then he's putting up personal information that you want nobody to know.
personally, I would feel offended.
Right? Then that's how Rakim felt. That's how you
Definitely.
felt about that. So why are you telling another person's story? Tell your own damn story. That's my whole point of it. Like let Rakim do his own version of his own life. Who is Nas to tell Rakim's life? Even if you feel like that's your favorite MC all time, and people compared him when he was younger to Rakim, that's still Rakim's story to tell. Let him tell his own story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and when you hear this song, I'm like, yo, the beat is not good. You know what I'm saying? Like Nas produced this shit. What was he thinking? It's not good at all. You know?
Right. Right. And I forgot to mention too. In the end of the song, he said KRS One coming up next. You know,
Right.
KRS One probably shut that shit down and shit.
He said, niggas, you ain't fucking up my life story like
He's
you did with
he's
Rakim.
like he's like no Nas, no Nas. Telegram.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. I don't blame Karis. Let Karis. I could picture Karis telling his own story over a Primo beat. That's not produced by Nas. That would be dope. Let me hear
He
that one. I
already
don't want to hear Nas do no more people's storytelling. Like you some fucking narrator for somebody else's life. Tell your own damn story.
KRS One already did that on the song Out of Here.
Right. Right.
Shit. Shit, he already did that fucking shit. Anyway, next track Virgo, featuring Ludacris and Dougie Fresh. This is actually pretty interesting. Again, interesting track. You know what I'm saying? Just Dougie Fresh doing his little beatboxing kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I actually do like this track. I actually fucking like this track and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I definitely felt like Ludacris killed it, in my opinion. I felt like
We
this
talked
this
about
was
this on the Red Light District album.
yeah.
Yeah. This was dope. Uh should have had a video for it. We already talked about it when we did the Red Light District review. So
Right. All right, next track, Remember the Times. Um, Again, this was a pretty interesting track. This was like one of those reminiscing kind of tracks. Nas, reminiscing about the pussy he used to have and stuff like that too. All the girls he used to mess with and shit too. Notice he didn't mention Carmen on this track and shit.
or Mary J, right?
Oh shit. He also dated Nicki Minaj too and shit, right?
Yes, I remember that was like a drive. I remember Wendy Williams saying that was like a drive by for him.
Yeah.
That was like a one night stand for him. He wasn't gonna get with her like that.
Yeah, he was in the fucking video and shit,
Yeah.
giving her shit. That was
Hmm.
fucking cheesy as hell. I was just like, yo, nah, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing?
And that was not shooting the shot. You
Shit.
know.
Yeah. Anyway, remember the time? This one was pretty good, cool. Not great, but good. Like I could say.
What did you think about the intro with him and Khalees?
Notice how I skipped the intro.
I'm like, I wonder if you look back at this shit now, like, yo, why did I put this bitch on? And she's talking about like, do you ever want to fuck like what one more chick before we get married? And shit? I'm like a free pass card. There was an NBA player that actually got in trouble for that.
Yeah.
On Andre Kirilenko, like his wife used to let him like have like a pass like once every year while he was on the road, and he actually got in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm like, no, never do that shit. If you married, stay committed to that one woman or that one man. Don't go outside of the marriage and try to do this, one free pass bullshit because it's never gonna work out. and you see with their marriage, it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? But I like the song though. I know this is like the time when they were madly in love with each other, and I want to say that that sample was from OJ's record, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Hold on. It's a song. It's an R and J Stone.
Oh, okay.
We, yeah,
And yeah, it had like a real melodic '70s feel to it. You know, the beat was dope, the horns, you know, just Nas reminiscing about different chicks he slept with. You know, Justine was luscious, wanna cuff us when she fucked this, me and her best friend, this thick Texan named Tamika, English teacher, wedding ring on finger, bent her big ass over the fold out sofa. When weather was colder, Loretta would throw on nothing but a thong under the coating. I loved it. Like he was just it was like another, you know, what these bitches want. When DMX did that whole thing and he's going through the list of names that he had smashed or whatever, it was
yeah,
dope. But you know, looking back at their marriage now, I'm like, yo, do Nas ever wonder why he had Khalees on these songs? You know, I would like totally like delete this shit from the anniversary when it come out. If he ever drop an anniversary for this album, you know. But that was a decent song,
yeah. I definitely hear your point about that shit. You know, yeah. A lot of these songs did not age well when it came to Nas and Police and shit.
right?
Um, Track number 7, "The Makings of a Perfect Bitch." I didn't care for this track right here.
Whack. Then I like it.
Like, first of all, the title sounds like
Yeah,
the title, man. Like,
the makings of a perfect bitch. Really now? Really?
shit, I don't even know what to think of that fucking title and shit. It's just like, what are you doing now?
Trash.
What?
Trash. The beat was whack. Thank you for it.
Getting Married was no better.
No.
Yeah,
He
man.
was he was really like in love at this point with some of these songs.
Right.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, No One Else in the Room. Um, Not great, but still a good track. This one featured Maxwell.
Yeah,
First of all, first of all, this was when Maxwell was still in hibernation.
right.
Honestly, like that era after now, before
Right.
Black Summer and stuff like that too. You
He
know
took
what I'm
like
saying?
7 years off before Black Summer's Night came out.
Right. So yeah, so the beat itself was pretty. It was pretty different for Nas and like kind of Maxwell and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So this one right here was not that bad. It's not great, but it's still a pretty good track.
I like this song. It's up tempo, it's danceable. This should have been a single. You know what I'm saying? Because I with this being that Maxwell took like 7 years off between the Now album
Hibernation.
and Black Summer's Night Volume One, he could have this would have been like his resurgence, like back into the neo soul genre, with this feature. And I'm like, it's actually a good song. But again, there's no promotion. They didn't promote this album the way that they should have. So there's like songs that was on this album that could have been maybe a single. This could have been a single, and they just they dropped the ball with this. But I actually liked it.
Hmm. I feel you on that. Next track, Bridging the Gap featuring Olu Dara. To me, my favorite song off this album.
This was great.
Yeah. This was probably the only record that was successfully very experimentation. Like it was very experimental.
Yeah,
Like I said, it definitely uses the Muddy Waters Managed Boy sample that da 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 da. Like even if you don't really listen to blues like that, you will definitely know that riff anywhere and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
It has like his father pretty much just talk about Nas's life and then how it's like when he first had his kid and stuff like that too. Because you also got to remember, Nas and his dad didn't really see eye to eye and stuff like that too. So
right.
they were reconnecting around this time, this period too. So yeah, this was a pretty special record and stuff. Like I knew that once I heard this track, it would definitely be like one of my favorites off the album and stuff like that too. So
Right.
I'll give it that one.
I love this song. Like this was dope for him and his father to, mend their relationship and come together and make a dope ass record. And It has like a southern blues type of sound to it, and I love the beat and the harmonica. His dad is on the chorus and everything, and Nas saying, bridging the gap from the blues to jazz to rap, the history of music on this track. Born in the game, discovered my father's music like Prince, searching through boxes in Purple Rain. But my Minneapolis was the bridge. Some of the super kids, some are well known, some doing bids. I might have ended up on the wrong side of the tracks if Pops wouldn't have pulled me back. So, just right there, like he's giving props to his father for the records that he was playing growing up and learning from that, and that's what it's all about. Like I learned the great music from my mom playing soul music around the crib and pop music and all that, and I love the and also this got nominated for a Grammy. um
Yes.
I remember the performance him and his pops did at the Grammys. That was the best performance of that night. You know what I'm saying? They had like the dancers, the female dancers dressed up in like the cabaret outfits and everything, and that was a great performance, man. I love that. Anybody never saw it, look for it on YouTube. But that I always remember that performance. He should have won for that. I know somebody else won that category, but he should have won for that.
Mm. You know how the Grammys do.
Yeah,
Track number 11, War, featuring Keon Bryce. This is probably another song I definitely liked on this track right here. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very good beat in itself too. You know what I'm saying? Slime Remy definitely a thing on that beat and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, this one right here was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? He also mentioned his daughter's Destiny's birth and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty cool with this one.
this was dope. I thought Lost Professor did this beat. It was Salam.
Yeah, Salam.
This was dope. It was real jazzy. Love the bass line, the horns. Keon Bryce, singing on it. Olu Dara, Nas's dad, is playing on it as well. It was great. Definitely enjoyed this one.
Right. Track number 12, Me and You, feature dedicated to Destiny. Just pretty much dedicated a dedication to his daughter and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? This was pretty decent. Not a bad song, but yeah, pretty decent.
I didn't like it.
Uh,
Didn't like the beat. Nope.
Understandable. And the last track, Thief's Theme. Yeah, I didn't care for this track, honestly, to be
What?
real with you.
This is
Yeah,
one of the best. This might be the best song on this album. On
really?
Yeah, on this too. Yes,
Wow.
definitely. This was released before the album dropped. Like there's a video for it and everything. This joint is grimy. This is the nasty Nas that I miss. Grimy ass beat. For some reason, I thought Alchemist did the beat, but I know it was Salam Remy that did it, and the bass line and he killed it. Woolrich, Carhartt, gunpowder stains, smelling like trees, sense of meal on the brain, scheming on your girl's bamboo or your chain. Fire. I love this track. This is how this album should have sounded like this. If we got a whole album of grimy shit like this would have been a classic album.
Yeah, I agree.
Best track to end the album. Now he started this two off whack with Suicide Bounce, but he ended it with Thieves Theme, and that to me was a great track.
Hmm. Overall, this album to me was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? It's not his best album by any means. I wouldn't even recommend you starting with this one if you're trying to get into Nas. This is like more of an experimental album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. This one right here, pretty. It has some songs that didn't really work, but at the end of the day, the ones that did work, it worked pretty well. And again, Nas was still lyrically at his bag with this one and stuff too. So I'll give this probably like a 3.5 out of 5.
I'm sorry, Red. Did you just say you suggest people start with this album for Nas?
No. I said don't start with this album for
Oh,
Nas.
I wanted to say, Illmatic, it was written. I am. They his first three.
Hell, I would even say you can start with I am. Oh, you did say I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I am
Okay.
is great. That's a great album.
Oh yeah.
Love that album. Um, this album was mediocre. This
Yeah.
album was mediocre. There's skippable tracks. There's some shit that should have been left off the album. There's some decent tracks. There's some tracks that should have been singles. Um, the production was lackluster. You know, it was a lot of hits and it was a lot of misses on this album. I think I don't think it should have been a double album. I think it should have been 12 tracks. The same way I felt about Blueprint 2 and I felt that album was garbage. That should have been like, 12 tracks as well. It's not one of his best albums at all. It's not even a
Like,
great double album. Out of like both discs, I like the American Way. These Are Heroes. That should have been a single. Reason, I like that. You know my style. That should have been a single. Remember the Times, War, Bridging the Gap, great song. Thief's Theme, my favorite. But it's not a great double album. I wouldn't like when you talk double albums. You had both Pac and Biggie that left us with classic double albums. Nas and Jay was alive and they left us with shitty double albums. You know what I'm saying? It's I would give it 2.5.
okay.
I don't think it like John Dixon said it's not replay. It's not a replay. There's
Nah.
nothing on here really that you could replay. It doesn't have a replay value. You know what I'm saying? Like his Nas first three albums, classics. Stillmatic, Godson, great albums. I could replay those any day. This album, this is like one of those albums where you get it from the artist and you have it in your collection, and maybe on a rainy day you pull it out and you play a couple tracks and then you put it back for another 10 years or some shit. It's nothing replayable on here. You know what I'm saying? And nah, it's definitely not a great double album for me.
I feel you on that. All right. So I'm gonna end this off right here, Shalita, because I gotta take a shower and stuff like that. It's been a long day. I might even just chill out for the night. So Wednesday, I was definitely thinking about doing Hip Hop is Dead and Untitled as a double review.
God, and it gets worse after that. It gets worse. Before I gave this shit 2.5, the other shit gonna be worse than that.
Oh, I still can't believe you don't like Untitled and shit.
No, nope.
Oh, excuse me,
There's,
nigga. That's
there's like three songs on there that I like
oh, I
at
can't wait
best.
to I can't wait to hear those three
Bro,
songs.
he fucked up. Like he was in love. That the pussy was clogging his memory. It was clogging his mind on this shit.
Shit. But yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for watching and stuff like that. I will definitely see y'all tomorrow. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Appreciate you. Try as usual. Let me know once you watch the unsung and shit.
All right,
All right. Peace.
peace.